The human reproductive system. Reproduction can be defined as the reproduction of one or more offsprings by an existing organism. This capacity has enabled the origin and propagation of various forms of life on Earth. The human reproductive system is responsible for the production of hormones as well as the process of reproduction. The gonads or endocrine glands that acts as primary organs of reproductive system. These glands produce gametes, which are the sperm cell and egg cell that comes from male and female respectively. In human reproduction, two kinds of sex cells or gametes are involved. The sperm cell or the male gamete is considered as the male primary reproductive cell, while the egg cell or female gamete is considered as the female primary reproductive cell. These two must meet in the female's fallopian tube to undergo processes to become a new individual. For the reproduction to occur, both the male and female reproductive systems are essential. While both the male and female reproductive organs are involved with producing, nourishing, and transporting either the sperm cell or egg cell, they are different in shape and structure. The male has the reproductive organs or genitals that are both inside and outside their pelvis, while female has the reproductive organs entirely within their pelvis. The male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is composed of several organs. These organs are corpus cavernosum, corpus spongiosum, penis, urethra, foreskin and glands or the glands penis, urethral opening, seminiferous tubules, testis, scrotum, epididymis or epididymis, vas deferens, anus, bulboretral gland or the Cowper's gland, prostate gland, ejaculatory duct, rectum, seminal vesicle, and bladder. These organs work together to perform the following. 1. Produce, maintain, and transport sperm cells and protective fluid or the semen. 2. Discharge sperm cell into the female reproductive tract during the copulation. 3. Produce and secrete male sex hormone, which is the testosterone. These are the organs of the male reproductive system with their location, description, and functions. The production of sperm cells. Spermatogenesis is the process by which male primary cells undergo meiosis cell division and produce a number of cells. This process takes place in the coiled tubes called seminiferous tubules in the testis. The diploid primary spermatocytes, after two successive meiotic divisions, develops into haploid matured sperm cells. The seminiferous tubules are continuous with the epididymis, where the sperm cells develop fully in 3 to 4 weeks. Take note of the acrosome towards the end of the head region. It contains enzymes that digest the jelly covering of the egg cell to facilitate the entry of the sperm cell into the egg cell. Also, at the head region is the nucleus where the chromosomes that carry genetic information or materials of the male parent are found. Numerous mitochondria for the manufacture of high-energy yielding ATP or adenosine triphosphate are concentrated at the middle piece. Its extension is the tail, a long flagellum that propels the sperm through the body fluids. From the epididymis, the sperm cells move to another tube-like structure called vas deferens. Three kinds of glands add their secretion to the traveling sperm cells: the seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and Cowper's gland. The sperm cells, together with the secretions of the gland and reproductive ducts, make up what is known semen. Its composition is around 95% secretions from the glands and 5% sperm cells. From the common duct formed by the two vas deferens that join behind the urinary bladder, the semen passes through the urethra and out of the body. The female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is made up of sex organs that function in reproduction of new offspring. These organs are fallopian tubes, ovary or ovaries, cervix, uterus, fimbriae, endometrium, and vagina. This system performs the following: produces eggs, secretes sex hormones, receives the male spermatozoa, protects and nourishes the fertilized egg until it is fully developed, delivers fetus through birth canal, and provides nourishment to the baby through milk secreted by mammary glands in the breast. Organs of female reproductive system with their location, description, and functions. The formation of egg cell. Oogenesis is the process by which the female gametes or ova are created. The process of oogenesis occurs in the ovary's outermost layer. The cell starting meiosis is called a primary oocyte. This cell will begin the first meiotic division but be arrested in its progress in the first prophase stage. At the time of birth, all future eggs are in the prophase stage. At adolescence, anterior pituitary hormones cause the development of a number of follicles in an ovary. This results in the primary oocyte finishing the first meiotic division. The cell divides unequally, with the most of cellular material and organelles going to one cell, called a secondary oocyte, and only one set of chromosomes and a small amount of cytoplasm going to the other cell. This second cell is called a polar body and usually dies. A secondary meiotic arrest occurs, this time at the metaphase 2 stage. At ovulation, this secondary oocyte will be released and travel towards the uterus through the oviduct. If the secondary oocyte is fertilized, the cell continues through the meiosis II, completing meiosis, producing a second polar body in a fertilized egg containing all 46 chromosomes of a human being, half of them coming from the sperm. Role of hormones in the reproductive system. Hormones play an important role that regulates the function of a specific organ of the body. Hormones regulate complex chemical substances secreted by the endocrine glands that are carried through the bloodstream to the target organ in many areas of the body. Hormones of the reproductive system carry a specific role during puberty, ovulation, pregnancy, and growth and development of a person. The reproductive glands are controlled by the pituitary gland, which is controlled by the hypothalamus. The reproductive glands of males and females work at a low levels until the age of 10. After this stage, hormone levels begin to increase and physical changes start to develop. The hypothalamus releases chemical substances that signal the pituitary gland to start producing two hormones responsible for reproduction: the follicle-stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. Both sexes produce these kinds of hormones. They affect the testes in men and the ovaries in women. The luteinizing hormone of the male sends signals in the testes to produce testosterone, with the follicle-stimulating hormone to control the production of sperm and the growth of facial hair. In females, the pituitary hormones, luteinizing hormone, and the follicle-stimulating hormone stimulate the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone. These hormones are responsible to produce ova, or mature egg cells in females. Other roles of the reproductive hormones are listed here.